guess who got their first copyright claim? Me! Yeah, anyways, my last video did actually get taken down. It was copyright claim, but it's okay. I reposted it. I know you guys were all scared, but it's okay. It's okay. I reposted it. And if you're a fan of The Amazing World of Gumball, I basically pitched a way that the show could end by coming to HBO Max. So if you want to check out that video, link in the description. Okay, so We Bare Bears, the popular Cartoon Network show, just got a digitally released movie. And I sat down and I decided to watch it and review it, because what else am I gonna do? But before I talk about the movie, I should probably mention my experience with the show that the movie is actually based on, We Bare Bears. So to be honest, I haven't seen very many episodes of the show We Bare Bears, but from what I've seen, it's a really nice, relaxing show. You can just kind of watch it and feel happy, and it just kind of helps you forget that the world is on fire. Yeah, but anyways, yeah, it's a nice show. And I was really hoping the movie would just be a nice little movie for the whole family. And yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, the movie is fine. You know, it's not too deep, but it's not trying to be. So it's just a nice little pleasant family film. But to kick off this movie review, I know the first scene that I need to talk about because it honestly, it blew my mind when I saw it. But I don't know if it was in a good way. So mild spoilers up ahead, but I would bet money you don't actually care about We Bare Bears the movie spoilers. Maybe I'm wrong, but I bet you don't. But anyways, this happens very early on in the movie. The bears are trying to make a viral video, and they decide to include every viral thing ever. And by every viral thing ever, I mean every viral thing ever. In this video, they water bottle flip, they Fortnite dance, they do the ice bucket challenge, Ice Bear repeatedly dabs, and Panda dresses like the pineapple apple pen dude. Yeah, that dude from like all the time ago. All of the time ago. I mean, they overloaded my mind so much, no joke, I actually had to pause the movie because my brain just could not bear it. Okay, now bear in mind, the people who are watching the video in the movie did call it cringy. But like, I just don't know if they were just quite self-aware enough to pull that off. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was still better than Scoob because it seemed like they actually thought the dabbing was still cool. But I guess I'll give the scene a pass because they at least acknowledged it was cringy. Plus, later in the movie, they do call it a desperate cry for attention. So I guess they're trying to, like, say something about how YouTubers are always jumping on trends or doing stuff that everyone else is doing. Of course, I would never sink so low as to do something that other YouTubers are doing. By the way, this video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. It was voted #1 on the Google Play Store. No. So the movie starts with this little sweet song from Grizz as he's walking through the forest, and it's nice, and then he stumbles across Panda, who's laying on some train tracks. And Grizz is like, "What are you doing, Panda? Why are you on the train tracks?" And I was like, dang, this movie, we're 5 minutes in, and Panda's over here trying to get himself run over by a train. But then Panda's like, "Oh, my foot got caught in the train track." And I'm like, yeah, oh yeah, Panda, yeah, that's why you were just laying down on the train tracks, Also, they used their origin story at this train track, and they like keep coming back to it as the story progresses. And I thought that worked really well, especially towards the end when things are revealed and that kind of gives characters motivation to keep going. I thought that was kind of a neat little framing device throughout the movie. And also, I like the dynamic of Grizz trying to be a leader, and you can tell he really cares about his brothers, and even when he makes mistakes, he wants to be a good leader for them. I thought that was pretty compelling. Also, it's nice to see an actual 2D animated movie, because we don't get many of those anymore. Also, at one point, they go into this animal rave, as they call it, and it's basically this big animal dance party. And I kid you not, there is a scene where a bunch of crabs are dancing like the crab rave video. There is a crab rave reference in this movie. It's kind of awesome. Also, there's some nice little songs and some nice little music. Especially, there's this really good score in a car chase. And then when the credits rolled, I realized it was scored by the same guy who scored Gravity Falls. So that's cool. I know it's part of the show too, but I love the way Ice Bear talks, and I feel like it really adds a lot to like some of the comedic moments. Ice Bear is always friendly. People love Ice Bear's antics. Ice Bear is filled with uncertainty. Ice Bear has crippling depression. Yeah, okay, so, I'm not really sure where that last one came out of, but, yeah, like I was saying, I like Ice Bear. Also, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I'm pretty sure in this universe, the Scooby-Doo gang might be murderers. Now, just bear with me for a second. There's this scene where this car that looks exactly like the Mystery Machine runs the bears off the road. Their car crashes, explodes, and those people never go and check on them or anything. I'm just saying, in this world, Scooby-Doo gang, they might be murderers. Also, I like that towards the third act, the movie's not afraid to get a little dark, and I think that little bit of darkness towards the end of the movie, I think it made the stakes a lot higher, and I just think it worked really well for the story, and I'm glad they weren't afraid to get a little bit dark. So the villain, Agent Trout, is okay. He's not the most interesting villain. He's intimidating enough, and he has this little motivation of trying to keep the law of nature, and it's sort of interesting. But the best thing about the villain is this running gag he has with this cop. Every time the cop starts to talk, Agent Trout just uses his bare hands to just shove whatever he's holding into the cop's mouth. And I thought it was really funny, and I think it had a really funny payoff at the end of the movie. And speaking of funny, I thought the movie was pretty funny. I laughed and chuckled quite consistently, and I think kids are going to laugh a lot too. Okay, well, before I go, I've decided that for every movie review I do from now on, I'm going to give you an out-of-context quote from the movie. And today's out-of-context quote from the We Bare Bears, the movie, "The internet is a kind and supporting place." Wow, so true. Speaking of support, make sure you smash that subscribe. And Panda dresses like the pineapple pen, the pineapple pen, the pineapple pen guy.